The very first moment when I realized that what I was doing was making a good change was I covered a murder victim out of Cleveland, Ohio. Her name was Beverly Jarosz. She was 16, and she was brutally murdered a couple days after Christmas. Her murder happened in 1964, but working with her sister and her mom, learning about her case, learning about her, I feel like I knew her in some aspect. And I remember meeting her mom. She told me about how Beverly loved to write poetry. She was 16 but had this dream of someday publishing her poetry. And I just remember being able to actually read a poetry book that her dad got her for Christmas 3 days before she was murdered. And at Christmas time, he told her, write your poems in this book, fill the book up, and I'll send it to a publisher in New York to get published. And that was her big dream. That was the one dream that she had at that time in her life of being 16, finishing that poetry book. And so for those 3 days, she diligently wrote poetry in that book. She wrote about love, death, heartbreak, but she also wrote a poem about not being able to fulfill her dreams if she were to die young. And one of the lines was, she fears that her dreams would be left unfulfilled if that were to happen. And that's when it clicked that her dreams were left unfulfilled because of the actions of her mother. As a surprise to Beverly's mom, her sister and I worked to publish that poetry book. And so we did do that. We put the book together and we worked with the 2016 National Geographic Photographer of the Year, and he donated some photos and things to go along with each poem. The family has a get-together each year. It had been, I believe, 54 years or 55 years at the time, and it was her birthday. Her mom came, and we're sitting there waiting, and finally we showed her the book. You know, we had a physical book for her to see. It was a beautiful cover, and I titled the book as Unfulfilled. Her mom cried and hugged me, and later on that day she told me that she always thought that she would only receive closure from Beverly's murder if she found out who did it. And that's something that's always bothered her for more than 54 years, is just wondering who killed my daughter and why. But she said having this poetry book, knowing that Beverly's life dream at that time is now fulfilled, that gave her closure that she never thought she would receive. Beverly's poetry would outlive the horror story that her murder was. And really, I think that I was the first outlet that they were comfortable using to tell their story about their loved one. Just about 2 months ago, Beverly's mom died. And I knew that in some way I helped her with a little bit of closure. And if throughout this 2.5-year journey, that's the only thing that I could sum up to helping someone, I'm okay with that. I cannot relate to people who have a loved one being murdered, who have a loved one just disappear without, that's just a huge amount of heartache that I have no reference to. So I think any amount of kindness that I can provide to someone is worth everything that I put into this podcast for 2.5 years.